Ooh, stuff. Somebody sent something to Tough Nerd Toys. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Ooh, ooh. Look at what they sent me to review. Look at this. Ooh, ooh. Ah, yes. Oh, wow. Come on, baby. Go easy on me, please.
武士道とは死ぬことと見つけたり、修羅道とは倒すことと見つけたり、我悪鬼羅刹となりて目の前の敵すべてを斬る。
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, toy enthusiasts and those new to Tough Nerd Toys LLC. I'm your host, Uncle Nerd, and welcome to another exciting episode, special episode of Loner Busted Open. Yeah, Loner Busted Open. Busted it open since 2007. And today we will be reviewing Samurai Showdown Haohmaru by Storm Collectibles. Now, Storm Collectibles is this company that came on the scene, and they are literally making the wonderful quality products and action figures that you just, they're worth the price point. And the thing about Storm Collectibles, if you don't get them things when they come out, yes, they will be very, very expensive getting them the aftermarket. This was sent to me as a loaner from a very good friend of mine, Count Kenny, which is also my co-host on the show. He collects along with myself. He felt as though I should definitely see these figures, so he let me review these for him, as you know, as a loaner, whatever the case may be, but these with the option to buy, which is absolutely amazing. But right here you can see, and another thing too, I want you guys to check out his channel and his Instagram, which will be in the description down below, so you guys can definitely check it out. But I mean, like this right here, and again, thank you so much, Count Kenny. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate this. I appreciate the honor of reviewing your figures, and you sending them to me. And yes, I will make sure they get back to you in the same condition as you gave to me. Again, out there, ladies and gentlemen, if you happen to have any action figures that you want reviewed or you want me to look over, whatever the case may be, drop me a line, drop me an email, send me a message, whatever the case may be, or leave a comment down below, and I'll definitely review these figures for you. And again, I'm going to be very honest and candid with these reviews. I'm not going to lie to you or lie about the figure just because you lent it to me or you gave it to me for me to review. Now, with that out the way, let's get into the outside of this package right here. Now, well, first off, I'm a very big fan of Samurai Showdown. I always have been. And Haohmaru is one of those characters that pretty much is like the Ryu or the Ken. I would more so say the Ryu of an SNK game that came out years ago. I think this came out around about 1990, if I'm not mistaken. Because I remember playing it in the arcade, going on dates, playing it in the arcade. He is also pretty much like the Ryu or Ken to Galford, who is also a ninja or a samurai or a swordsman within this series. Now, this series right here, Samurai Showdown, not to get too long-winded, but Samurai Showdown was basically an answer, because if you ask me, SNK was innovating fighting games, so on and so forth, more so than Capcom was at the time. And I mean, it's just that Capcom just happened to take the reins, became more popular. But SNK has been very innovative. They were the ones to implement supers within their games before Street Fighter, Capcom, and a lot of their fighters that started doing them. They were the ones who started using, like, big bowl sprites and so on and so forth. So enough about that. The package right here looks amazing. Let me bring this a little bit closer so you guys can see it. The package looks amazing. It's done in a window box right here. Has Samurai Showdown on the top right there. Nice. No, this is a box art of Haohmaru right there. Samurai Showdown logo up there. Also Haohmaru name under there, and I guess that's it in Japanese or whatever foreign language it is. Right here, some more legal mumbo jumbo in its respective language right there. I guess this is for 17 and up right there. Caution, warning for ages 15 plus, Bandai Namco, video games, so on and so forth, and some more warning labels, as you can see over here. Along the side, same thing, but a different. Now, this right here is a product image of, this looks great. This looks just like Haohmaru. And it's done in a nice background that looks pretty much like a bamboo style or whatever the case may be. On the back, you have more product images of this wonderful character right here. I get this right here is the height, weight, and bio right here, which I cannot read this language. So therefore, you can pause this video and possibly translate it yourself. And you have him in different poses right here, which looks great. It looks absolutely amazing. Hopefully you guys can see this. Let me bring it a little bit closer. And this looks great. You have Haohmaru looking absolutely awesome right here. Now, and this is just a nice box. Got the Storm Collectibles logo down there, licensee, everything is going on, the barcode. This right here is like, the SNK seal of approval right here, and it looks like you can use this as use your phone and scan the QRC code right there. So I mean, like, yeah, this is looking good, and it's done a nice window box. Nice product image, nice image, art image right here. Of Haohmaru, and I guess that's Haohmaru's name right there. Could be, I'm not sure. And as you can see, there are tons of accessories in here. So yeah, let's get this guy out the package, man. Let's get him out the package and see if he is worth the scratch. All right, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I always like to go and check the accessories before I even start to go into the figure. So right about now, let's check. What are we going to grab up first and look at? First off, let's look at some of these hands right here. Let me bring this a little bit closer. Let you see this right here, guys. And right here, you can see the hands look great. Great detail in the hands, and it's done in a nice flesh tone. The type of plastic that they're using is very good. This looks to be like one of the hands, and you can see some sculpting of the knuckles right there. You can see some veins within the hands. Everything looks great. You can see some nail sculpting. Everything looks real good. And it's done in a hard, soft plastic. It's like a composite vinyl and plastic right there. And it's done in a very flesh tone style. So is this one right here. Same thing, but just a different hand. This would be his right hand right here. And then you have two open hands right here, so that you can get some nice, like, defense of himself. And look within, you can see the lifelines within his hands right there. Great sculpting from Storm. Storm does exquisite work for the price point that they're asking. It looks great. This hand looks very good, very detailed, very well sculpted right there. Now, there's no paint on it or anything like that. You can tell this paint was sculpted, but there is some type of, how can I say, they gave it a bit of a pigmentation to it so that it looks as though it's real skin. Same thing with this one over here. This is which would be the left hand right here. And this looks great. This looks absolutely amazing right here. Look at this. Even it looks like real skin. It really does. It really does. Then you have, pardon me, sorry, Haohmaru, other two hands, open hands he have right here. This is pretty much like the gripping, like, kind of like a grass, I guess, when you want to grab onto something. And these look very good. Detail and sculpt in these are great. And I'm loving the way they put the lines within the palms of the hands right here. If you look real good, the sculpting is amazing right there. Yes, I'm a stickler for good sculpting, and again, it's made out of the same material that they put over here. It's like a vinyl plastic. It doesn't feel cheap. It is not cheap at all. These Storm figures, I haven't purchased one Storm figure, and although this was loaned to me, I haven't purchased one Storm figure yet that has been made of cheap material. Then we have some nice hair pieces over here, and you can plug these right onto the back of Haohmaru's head back here because in the video game his hair is very exaggerated. And there's nice sculpt, and you got the red paint going on right there. As you can see, got some red paint in the whole peg hole right there. So you can just plug that right onto him. This looks real good. Look at that. This is looking good. And whether you believe it or not, it's not just done in a solid black paint. It's done in, there's hues of brown and blue within this, or like more so brown, to give it like a dirty yet realistic look. This looks great. You have the other ponytail over here, or the loose hair, as you can call it, either one you want to call it right here, because Haohmaru is pretty much like a loner samurai. And he just drinks all day and fights and stuff like that. Looks for tougher opponents to fight. And this looks good too. This one has like a curved to it. This one has like a more relaxed look to the hair right there. So it looks real good. Then you have the other face sculpts right here. This is Haohmaru, a little bit pissed off. Because usually Haohmaru has like a smug, narcissistic look. And as you can look right here, there's a scar on his face, which looks real good. Reminiscent of the Haohmaru. Sorry, the hair that they have draping over his face is pretty much like, you know, covering, you know, like giving it a shadow effect. But I like that. And it also comes with a peg on the back. You know, you got some nice hair textures going on right there. Nice hairline, nice sideburns and everything like that. Ear sculpt and face sculpt is very good, very anime style, like the video game. It actually looks better than the video game. The eyes are nice and even. Hopefully, you know, you won't really be, I don't want to pull this off or anything like that. And it also, so it comes with 3 heads all together. Teeth are done very well, as you can see. No bad painting, no bleeding or anything like that, especially around the eyes. The eyes look amazing right here. And here he has his other face right here, his pretty much narcissistic face, or like overconfident face right here, and I'm loving it right there. Nice etching on the jawline. Hair looks real good. Got the peg on the back so that you can peg these on, just as simple as that right there. And it pegs on pretty easy too. And the pegs are stiff too. I don't want to push too much more, you know, whatever the case may be, but this looks good. And you know, you can tell it's a ball socket so that you can change the heads right there. Everything is good on this figure, and it's done in a flesh tone the same as the hands. So I mean, like, you don't have to worry about them being mismatched with the hands. As you can see, I'll do a comparison next to the hands right here, and you can see the flesh tone of the figure right there is very good. I love when they put scars on their face, because if he's a samurai, more than likely, especially the loner samurai, he's gonna have some type of scar or mark on his face or something like that. Here we have this nice sword right here, which comes with the sheath, and the sword pulls out to reveal a nice silver paint going on here. It looks very good, and there's etching and there's markings within the blade right here. As you can see, there's also sculpting within the blade, and it looks absolutely amazing. I'm absolutely loving the etching right here within the blade. As you can see, there's some names, kind of like Ryu's what do you call that, belt along the hilt of the sword. There's some sketching along here. You got some gold going on. Got nice braiding, text like sculpted braiding of the handle of the sword right there, with a gold on the tip right there. This looks great. This is beautiful. This sword, and it's very long. I would say like this sword is at least like, I would say at least 4 inches long. It has to be at least 4 inches long. Very long sword. And the sheath that it comes with is done in a nice flat blue. Nice, I would say like a soft blue, or no, not a navy blue, but more like a soft blue, along with the as you can see, the ribbon right here is done very well. And it has, although they are sculpting within the sheath of the sword right here, there is a nice vinyl ribbon. It is very soft. I wouldn't suggest you play with it a lot, because it doesn't feel cheap, but I don't think it's made to be moved around too much or anything like that. But yeah, you got some nice sculpting with the red over here, looking real good. Gold tip on the bottom, looking real good. This looks great. And again, the painting is done spot on. I don't see any bleeding or muddling or anything like that. A little clunky right about here, but it's not that bad. That right there is just something manufactured, but you know, it's you know, this is beautiful. This is very beautiful. And the sword fits in very securely or very nicely within going back in the sheath right there. So yeah, this looks great. Then you have the swipe effect. If you know anything about Samurai Showdown, this is pretty much like his fierce attack. And when you hit him, when they go whoosh, and you just hear like the alert sound. It is one of like this right here does his signature swipe attack or his rising cutter kind of like. Or it could go as his power wave that he throws as well. And it's done in a hard plastic. This is done in a pretty much hard plastic. And again, these figures are done in like a special plastic that not many toy companies are doing nowadays. Like it's part soft, it's like a part vinyl rubber, composite vinyl rubber and hard PVC plastic to where like the skins look like skins and so on and so forth. So yeah, you're getting a quality product when you purchase these what do you call them? These Storm action figures right here. This Haohmaru looks great. Now that we went into all the accessories, we're going to check out the figure itself. All right, so give me a second. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. And here we have Haohmaru looking absolutely amazing. Yeah, this figure is beautiful, man. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at this. This is really Haohmaru as I remember him from the video game years past, from the arcade days. And this right here, let's get into the detail of this guy. Let's look him over. And here you have a beautiful face sculpt right there. The gi looks great on him. The belt is made out of like a rubber right here, but it plugs onto the front, so you can take this off. You can take this gi off and everything like that. From the looks of it, yeah, like most Storm figures, their outer clothing is usually made out of a vinyl or composite vinyl rubber, to where like you can take them off without the shirt. You see he has the gourd right here, his gourd that he's always drinking from while fighting. Before you fight him, he always spits it on his sword and then begins to fight. I'm loving the wild hair that they have going on here. Looks absolutely great, as you've seen before. Now what you will notice is that each one of these have like a different flare of the hair. It's not just they just stuck just like the same one on each one. You know, it may look the same, but when you see it in person to get the figure on hand, it's complete. Each flare or like the bangs of his hair hang over differently. The face sculpt looks absolutely amazing. I think this is one of the best face sculpts out of all three. And we will see them with all three within when I take some pictures of this guy. Yeah, as you can see the handle right here, you got some nice wraps on the arms right here, but it's not too much shading or lines in it, but the sculpting of the wraps look absolutely amazing right there. You got some nice detail in the arms, got some veins going on. As you can see, there's some pinless double hinge joints going on right there, which looks real good. Same thing on this side as on that side right there. You know, I mean, the sculpting of the gi of the I would say like the vest of the gi looks great. You got some tattered look going on along at the bottom, very cartoon stylized, but it works and it looks the way it should look. They didn't make it too hyper realized or anything. He looks exactly like the video game counterpart. Down by the legs, you see that down by the shin or calf, you see that there's some nice detail going on as far as the pants right here. Nice solid white, as you can see. And you got the nice tattered look along the clothes because, again, he's a wandering samurai. His Geta shoes look great, along with a 3-pattern color scheme going on. You see, like, there's the brown right there. A little bit of paint slippage right there, but not that bad. Not a deal breaker at all. You got some nice straps going on that are colored as well or painted as well, sculpted into the design or the look of the Geta shoe. On the bottom, what I always like about Storm Collectibles, along with most figures that are happening now, they give them some nice, and Akuma, if you check out, I'm going to leave a link to the Akuma video that I was given, and this looks great. You can see like there are soles on these Geta shoes right here, or it's Geta sandals, wraps along the shins, and that go all the way up into his flared pants of the gi. It looks great, looks great. Toe design is very nice, painted white, as you can see right there. A little bit now when it gets to the foot, there's a little bit of like a little bit of slippage with the paint, but with all that's going on, you can pretty much understand why. I mean, like they tried to get it as close as you can, but you can see like there's a little bit of brown onto the white of the feet right here, and it looks great. But this figure looks great, man. This looks great. Now it's not as much as, you know, not that many decals or decos or any on it or anything like that. But for what Haohmaru is, this is a great representation of that character. Nice red headband, as you can see right there along, and that's painted as I showed you before. I plugged it on because these things fit on very securely. I didn't want to mess up anything, but I mean, like, yeah, he looks great. He looks absolutely great. As far as detail, some of that stuff is going to be inhibited due to the ponytail and the bang right here, but without it, he has a full range of motion. It's on a ball socket, as you can see. Now what I like is that to the touch right here, I'm going to give it a little bit of press right here. This is made to feel like real skin. Again, I'm telling you, it's done out of it, like they're doing these figures out of like a composite vinyl / plastic / rubber, and it really works because it makes the skins, maybe that's the reason why the skin looks so well on these figures right here. You know, do I think it could have had a little bit of darkening or whatever case may be? Yeah, maybe some lines here and there. But then again, for what it's trying to represent, it's not bad at all. But it is beautiful. You got some butterfly joints going on in here. If you can look real good, there's some butterfly joints going on, and there's tons of articulation. Bicep swivel, double hinge elbow, bicep swivel. It is on a ball socket on the wrist, so you got a full range of motion going on with this guy. Nice leg split right there, ball socket, ball joints, all sorts of joints going on here. And I like the way they did the pants right here to hide the joints right here. So if you're just standing that figure straight up, you only see just the line in the pants. You don't see like a joint, even though I don't mind seeing joints on my figures as long as they're not too clunky. Got some nice ankle pivot, twist and turning going on right there. Toe pivot as well, not as much as I would expect, but it's good. It's very good. Very, very good. Now the ab section is just amazing. You can get all sorts of stuff going on with this ab right here. It's like the engineering of this ab is unlike most figures that I get, that I purchase from Mattel or Hasbro. And I'm not speaking bad about them. I'm just saying their designing is completely different. Completely different. I want to take off this gi, but not too much. But as you can see, he has a nice six-pack going on. Nice, you know, wings and everything going on. Everything's looking great on this figure. The collarbone looks great. The neck to head ratio looks absolutely amazing. He looks good. The muscular design and sculpting that they did on him is pretty good. It's really good. I'm really liking this figure a lot. It just looks great. It looks really good. Really good. Now the leg can go, but so far can go back. As a matter of fact, believe it or not, it can actually go back pretty far, given the skirt or the hanging of the vest or jacket of the gi. And this is what it looks like under the gi right here. This looks really good. You got some, and now mind you, in the waist, you can get a twist going on, but there is, how can I explain it? It's pretty much like a, I would say it's like a ball joint connected to another skeletal system under this figure. And that's what Storm does. They literally will put like a skeletal system under their figures in here. Like all along in here, when you rip stuff away, you see like there's kind of like, it's a weird looking like wire, not wire, but like a skeletal system going on within, especially within the torso and head and stuff like that. So they're able to give it like this realistic skin look. And again, if you can see my finger pushing in, you can push in the skin. The chest of this figure is like a skin. It's like skin. It's amazing what Storm is doing. Now, what I was looking forward to is they're supposed to be doing a gotcha man that I'm looking forward to. And yes, the sword fits into, let me move this arm up a bit for you guys. The sword fits into a holster along with it having a sheath. It fits into a holster and it looks great. This thing is amazing. You got some twisted the calf right here under the flare of the pants right there. And man, this thing just keeps getting better and better. The more I look at it, the gourd is made out of a solid hard plastic with good, very good sculpting on it. As you can see, you have some paints going on. The gray, it's a green and tan, well, green and like I would say like a light brown or beige or tan. That's going on with the gourd. There's a sculpted tie right here. Looks good. The belt is done in a solid red, a solid flat red with detail, as you can see, but it's very good. This figure looks good. I'm loving the vein designs. I love to see veins within the figures, or them take the time to sculpt the figure with veins to give it a little bit more realism. Again, what I like too is that it doesn't stray away from the arcade and from the arcade representation of Haohmaru, and it also doesn't take away from it being like a modernized figure or anything like that. You can get some nice poses. You can like give him right there. It's a little bit of discoloration right here under the arm, but I love in the way they made it look like he rolled up his sleeves and everything like that. Looks great. Everything is looking good on this guy. I'm loving the diamond, or like the serrated design that they gave it right here. I've always loved that about Haohmaru. It is looking absolutely amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some pictures and I'm going to see what you guys think of this beautiful figure. Give me a few. So, I mean, as a whole, excuse me, as a whole, I think this figure is a work of beauty. It is absolutely amazing. It is beautiful. The aesthetics of this wonderful hunk of plastic. And yes, it is very thick. It is heavy. I would say it's weighing at around about like 3 pounds, 3 to 4 pounds. He's a very heavy figure, nice, solid. I love the construction of this figure. the visuals, etc., etc. He is coming in at about, excuse me, gotta pardon me. I had a nice turkey sandwich. So you know the isms is kicking in. He's coming in at close to 8 inches. If you get, and here he is standing next to Mr. Go Shoryu himself right here. Akuma, or Goki as you want to call him, Lionhead Goki and Akuma, or Akuma, and he looks good. As you can see, as far as for the style of figure that they're putting out there, their figures fit in design or in tandem with those figures that they create. You know, so this guy looks absolutely amazing. I mean, now as far as the accessories, and again, the head you can pop off easily, right? Like just thus so. Here he is with the angry face that we're going to pop on him. It pops on. And again, look, as I was telling you, there's ball joints under the skin. Look, under the skin right here, as I stated before, I really want you guys to admire the skin right here. Look, it hides the joints. So it's like a skeletal system under there. I do want to take off the coat, but I'm going to show you take off the jacket, but I want to show you some of the muscular structure that they sculpted into this figure. Here he is with the, push this on a little bit tighter, with the angry, ready to fight face, as you can see. And again, the hair hides the eye and stuff. Take that one off. Here he is with his smug or narcissistic face. And these heads come off and on very easily. Very, very easily. And you still got the nice range of motion and pivoting and everything going on like that. As you can see, you got some nice stuff going on. And you can always pop on the ponytail easily. And the pegs that they put on the back of these figures right here for the ponytail, it fits in very, very well. And you can have the ponytail going up so you can get some like wind blowing, so on and so forth. You can also pull these hands off. And the other ones peg right in, right here. And as you can see, it's on a ball joint. Ball peg joint right there. You can put these on very, very easily. And again, it feels like, it's weird, but it feels like skin. It feels like skin in a way. To me, it does. Look at that. That's great. You can fit the sword easily within his hands. As you can see right there, sword goes in very easily. And the grip is tight. Look at that. Doom, 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 doom. Jinjo ne, ippon ne. Hotori honzu gojinsai, ippon ne. And you can put the ultra slash symbol or the fatal slash swipe effect onto the sword right here. And it goes on real easily too. Look. That's the sound it makes when you get the slash, when you do the slash. Anybody who's played Samurai Showdown knows that sound. I think it goes, yeah, it goes on this way. Looks great. This is a nice toy right here. This is a very, very nice figure. Very nice figure. Great. And yes, you can get some real funky poses with this, like this right here. Jinjone. Ippone. You can take this off. This right here is lining them up. Like when you're sizing up your opponent right here, hand. Plug that in. And the joints are stiff. So you don't have to worry about anything like that. You got some nice stiff joints going on. Again, the reason why I keep making that noise, that's the sound it makes, especially with Haohmaru, when you hit somebody with like a fatal slash or a hard slash. Oh yes, look at this. And look at that sword. This guy is nice. This guy is nice. So yeah, I mean, like, this is a beautiful figure. Now, as far as pegging these onto the arm, I'm trying not to peg them on too hard because once they go in, sometimes they don't want to come off. And you can take the armbands off if you want to. You know, you got some nice stuff going on here. There we go. We got it in. And again, like I stated before, I can't stress this enough. It's like the plastic that they use or whatever composite of PVC plastic or vinyl that they use, and it feels like skin. It's weird. So I guess that's the reason why they're able to get like these nice textures with it and everything. But yeah, this guy is great. This guy is absolutely amazing. And again, he came with 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, not like 10 accessories, 11 accessories. So I mean, like, you're not without accessories or anything like that. And yeah, you can plug this in. The ponytail can go in more, further if you wanted to. I think I like the head with the wild look right here. I like them both, but this wild look right here, oh man, with the with the smug face to it. Oh man, look at that. And I love the way the hair drapes out, his bangs drape over his face. So yeah, I mean, like, as a whole, this figure is beautiful and sturdy. And like, you can easily stand this figure up. It can easily be stood up, as you can see. Look, tap in the studio, he doesn't fall over or anything like that. When he did fall over, it was my fault. As with most Storm figures right here. And this right here, again, was another wonderful gift from my friend, Count Kenny. And I have Chung-Li as well. I have Chung-Li that he also blessed me with as well, which I might do a review. If I wasn't too busy right now, I would definitely bring her down because I have her up on the shelf in a nice kick position. But as you can see, these figures fit right. They fit very well together. Then now, one thing I will tell you about Storm figures, you got to get them when they pre-order them. If it's a figure that you want, you definitely best get them when they pre-order them. As you can see, the belt came off right here, but you can easily plug this back in to the peg right here. That's on his waist right there. But yeah, you can get so many poses with this. And what I like is that it's statue quality. The quality of these figures, like, pretty much the detail and the detail and the aesthetics of these figures are that of statues. That's the reason why I think it's the greatest time to be collecting action figures, because the stuff literally looks like what you would see in either the cartoon or the video game. So, I mean, I think I covered everything. Again, thank you very much, Count Kenny. Check out his other channel, his YouTube channel. Check out his Spotify. He has a pretty spicy Spotify channel. And he does Twitch as well, if I'm not mistaken. But I would definitely list all of his Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and those so on and so forth in the bottom down, in the comment section down, or in the detail section down below. So, with that being said, that brings the review to a close. Please be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and share this video. And remember, when you get a toy or somebody loans you a toy, bust it open.
Haohmaru!
all right, I forgot to mention that inside the box comes this beautiful backdrop that you can, like, make a nice little diorama with, a nice little, scene with, and so on and so forth, with the right lighting. And if I didn't mention these beautiful wraps on his arms, on his forearms, are absolutely wonderful as well. So, and you can take the hands off and take the wraps off if you wish, and they're made out of a soft rubber. So, I mean, like, this figure is amazing. Again, thanks for watching, guys. Just want to make sure I covered everything.